The Weather Week event is back and going from March 14th at 10 a.m. to March 18th at 8 p.m. Now, these weather events are the best chance to get shiny Castforms, so we will go over how to find them. But first, let's quickly take a look at the bonuses. So for this event, we are going to get catch Pokemon with a weather boost to earn extra Stardust, 2 times Stardust from catching Pokemon, and an increased chance to encounter shiny Castform. So yes, boosted shiny rates for the Castforms for this event. So let's take a look at the wild spawns and when each Castform will be spawning. Now, the wild spawns for the weather event work a little bit differently. Of course, the Castforms always spawn depending on the weather, but for this type of event, some other spawns will also vary with the weather. So of course, for the Castforms, we get normal Castform during partly cloudy weather, the sunny Castform during sunny weather, the rainy Castform during rainy weather, and the snowy Castform during snowy weather. However, you can see a few other spawns here line up with the weather. So if it's sunny, you'll get Cacnea. If it's rainy, you'll get Lotad. If it's snowy, you will get Snover. If it's partly cloudy, you'll get Roggenrola. If it's cloudy, you'll get Spritzy. If it's windy, you'll get Swablu. And if it's foggy, you'll get Ghastly. And then we'll have a few spawns that will appear no matter the weather, and those will be Paris, Drifloon, Helioptile, and Amara. And then there will also be rare spawns for Lickitung. One of the nice things about this event, other than the boosted shiny rates for Castforms, is that absolutely everything in the wild can be shiny. Now, because the Castform spawns vary with the weather, and you probably won't get all types of weather during this event, they are also in the field research. So that will be the best way to hunt whatever ones aren't spawning because of your local weather. So there will be field research encounters for Paris, the normal Castform, the sunny Castform, the rainy Castform, Drifloon, Helioptile, Amara, and then some rarer ones for the snowy Castform. And again, everything here can be shiny as well from the field research, and that gives you a better chance at getting a Shundo because the IV floor from research is higher than it is in the wild. Now, as far as it goes right now, we don't know what the research tasks will be to get each of the Castforms, but as soon as it's known, I will update a pinned post in the comment section of this video and give all the field research tasks that will get you the Castforms. You can also check LeakDuck either the day before the event or the day of the event and see if it's been updated there. I put a link to it in the description of every video I put out, but if you don't want to do that, you can just come back to this video and check that pinned post. All right, there are also going to be raids during this event, so let's take a look at those. In the 1-star raid, we will have Poliwhirl, Ghastly, Hippopotas, and Amara. For some reason, Poliwhirl is the only one there that can't be shiny. I'm not sure if that's a mistake or if it actually can't be shiny from these raids, but yeah, I don't know. In the 3-star raids, we'll get Charizard, Lickitung, and Drampa. All of those can be shiny. In the 5-star raids, we'll have Regice, and then in the Mega raids, we will have Mega Tyranitar. And then both of those can be shiny as well. And then there's going to be collection challenges as well, so you either collect or evolve the featured Pokemons. We don't know which ones yet, but it will reward Stardust and an Incense. Okay, that's it for the event details. Let's take a look at Meta-Relevancy now, starting with Gengar and Haunter, which evolve from Ghastly. So Gengar has a Mega in the game that is the best Ghost-type raid attacker, although it isn't often needed, but if you don't have a good one, you might want something with good IVs for the Mega. Now, Haunter and Gengar can both be run in the Great League as Spice Picks, and Gengar has some play in the other leagues as well, but mostly as a bait and nuke with the legacy move Shadow Punch, so an Elite TM would be needed to give it the optimal moveset. Then we have Poliwrath from Poliwhirl. The Shadow ranks better in Great League, but the non-Shadow ranks number 4 in the Ultra League right now due to its access to Scald. But when Scald is eventually nerfed, it will drop some in the rankings. Also note, it needs the legacy fast move counter to function best in PvP. We also have Lickitung and Licky. Lickitung is ranked number 2 in the Great League, but does need the legacy move Body Slam, so will require an Elite TM. And the evolved form Licky is ranked number 2 in the Ultra League, but again, needs that legacy move Body Slam. We also have Charizard, which has a Mega in the game, but whether you want it for PvP or as a fire type raid attacker for Mega Charizard Y, you will want the legacy move Blast Burn. So again, you would need to use an Elite TM. Now, as a Dragon type raid attacker in Mega Charizard X form, it ranks pretty low, but it could fill in until you get better dragons if you already have the Mega Energy, as you won't be able to get Mega Energy during this event. And then regular Charizard can also be run in the GBL, but it ranks best in the Ultra League. Now, in the Mega raids, we will have Mega Tyranitar. If you don't have one, you'll probably want to get a good one to Mega Evolve as a Dark type raid attacker, or Mega Energy if you need it. But it is better to get Larvitars rather than the fully evolved T-Tar if you're going to use it as a Rock type or for PvP, so you can then evolve it to Tyranitar when the legacy fast move Smackdown is available. But if you're using it as a Dark type, doesn't matter, it has no legacy Dark moves. And then we also have Abomasnow from Snover, which also has a Mega in the game that is a decent budget Ice type raid attacker. And then regular Abomasnow can be run in the GBL as well, ranking best in the Ultra League. And then we have Altaria from Swablu, which also has a Mega in the game and a nice shiny, so you might want a good one for the Mega. Although it is not the most useful, it can function as an anchor when raiding dragons, as Mega Altaria is Dragon and Fairy dual type, making it the only dragon that doesn't take increased damage from dragon type attacks. And then regular Altaria can be run in the GBL as well, ranking best at number 65 in the Great League. Just keep in mind that you generally do want Moonblast on it. Now I've got a few shoutouts here for you as well. These ones are for Pokemon that can either be hard to use or have a very specific niche, starting off with Heliolisk, which evolves from Helioptile. Now it isn't the most useful Pokemon, but it does have some play in limited cups. However, it is pretty squishy with its stats being distributed mainly to attack. We also have Regice, which isn't super meta relevant, although it does break the top 100 in Ultra League, but it can function as a tank in any of the leagues. It does also have some good coverage for the Ultra and Master League, plus it can be shiny, so might be worth doing a few raids to get the shiny, and maybe some spice picks for PvP. Then we have Aurorus, which evolves from Amara. Now it can be running great in Ultra League, but its Rock Ice dual typing are bad defensively, meaning it has a very specific niche and requires good knowledge to run in PvP. Then we also have Drifblim, which evolves from Drifloon, which has a unique typing and is good for some limited cups where other ghost types are banned. And it also has some play in Ultra League and Premier Cup, although Jellicent or Giratina might perform better. However, Drifblim can surprise some opponents with its moveset, which is its real edge in PvP. All right, that's it for Meta Relevancy. Let's move on to what I think is the most important tip for this event, and that is a tip to get Stardust. And that is because Paris will be spawning no matter what the weather is, and it is a boosted Stardust catch. So catching one without a star piece will get you 500 Stardust, and then catching one with a star piece will get you 750 Stardust. So if you're going out to grind and you're seeing a lot of Parises, definitely throw on a star piece or two, or however many to cover the duration that you'll be out grinding, and watch out and catch all the Paris you see. Now you could just throw on one star piece and then use Dialga's Roar of Time to pause the timer on that, and you probably would make your Stardust back. However, that would be costly in Dialga candy, so I wouldn't really do that unless you have a lot of Dialga candy to burn. Now if you don't know, Stardust is one of the most important resources in Pokemon Go, after Pokeballs of course, and that is because it is used to level up, trade, and give Pokemon a second charge move. So you definitely want as much Stardust as you can get. Now there's also going to be showcases for this event, so I'll give you my quick showcase tip, which is just to find showcases that are out of the way. So they're not near major grinding areas for Pokemon Go, they're not near major transit hubs or near major attractions, and because they're not near major areas, less trainers generally go to them, which means there are less people who are entering them, which means you have a better chance at winning the showcase. And if you haven't heard yet, there have been 2 new rewards added for winning showcases. So when you get the gold medal, you get an avatar pose, which is your avatar reading a book, and then once you get the platinum medal, you get an encounter with PhD Costume Pikachu. So if either of those interest you, you might want to start focusing on winning showcases if you haven't been already. Now in terms of the medals you can work on for this event, of course the fire, water, and ice ones, depending on your weather, as well as normal if you're getting partly cloudy weather, or even your ghost type medal if you are getting that foggy weather. And then you could also potentially work on the Rising Star medal, where you have to defeat 150 different species of Pokemon in raids. So if you're still working on that medal and you haven't defeated any of the raid bosses that will be out in the raids, then definitely hit one of those up to work on that medal. All right, everybody, that's it for this one. Consider hitting the like button if you found this video useful, and subscribing for more Pokemon Go news, tips, and live streams. If you want more right now, check out one of the videos on screen. Happy hunting. I hope you're able to stock up on lots of Stardust during this event, and we'll see you in the next one, friends.
I've got something incredibly funky.